your right, junior James Keefe. Open it up for questions.
Yeah, can you guys just talk about winning a game like this, lower scoring, kind of as Brad Gilbert, kind of, I might say, winning ugly kind of a game. You guys did win, that's all that matters. But just talk about playing this kind of style of choppy kind of game and pulling it out. Yeah.
I would say we're like that's the type of team we are. We got a lot of pieces that do a lot of different things, and we got guys like Keith that play super, super tough on both ends of the floor. So we have no problem grinding it out, being a gritty, tough team. Like that's what we do. That's where we hang our hat is on the defensive end and getting stops. So even though the offense maybe wasn't clicking at the highest level or what we could be doing on the offensive end, we were able to dig in and get stops on the defensive end. So yeah, we have no problem grinding it out in tough games.
So being that this game time frame was changed, does it somewhat take away the luster of the Battle of the Bay, or does it still have that prestige?
I mean, I don't think so. I think playing Cal is playing Cal whenever you play them. I mean, it was fun. We got to play, first game back with all the students and fans, and it was fun back playing in front of the crowd. So I loved it. I think, like I said, playing Cal is playing Cal, sure.
Most def.
You guys didn't get as many offensive rebounds today as normal, but you came up with some really big ones, particularly your N1 late in the game, Jaden. You talk about like the mentality and getting the 50-50 balls when it matters.
Yeah, 100%. That's part of what we do. Is offensive rebound really, really hard. I think we had a few offensive rebounds in the first 4 minutes, and then we didn't have any. So that was a focus for us in the second half. Coming down the stretch, man, Keith was in there crashing, being an animal. Keith had two loose balls that ended up. Spencer got a layup. I got an and one. Those are all because of my man right here putting in the work. We're all crashing, doing it together, and just good to get out of here with a win.
All right, so you had your freshman playing his first Battle of the Bay. Had a slow start, but ended with double figures, England. So were you talking to him at all during this game?
I mean, I would say he kept his composure. I mean, we all trust H with the ball in his hands, and we trust him to make the right decisions. He's one of our best playmakers every game. So just all of us being bought in with him, trusting him, our coaches trusting him. We were sure that he would be fine.
Just talk about kind of the key to getting some of those rebounds. Is it just simply just aggression? Is it some just boxing out? Like what's kind of the key to grabbing some of those that you guys pull in?
Yeah, I mean, the O boards, we talk about a bunch. Obviously it's been a big strength of our team this year. Like you said, it was a slower night tonight. We got a couple down the stretch. But, teams scout when they try to box us out. And so, like, the first step of getting an O rebound is, like, you step inside the key and go. And then the next step is, like, well, are you moving? Are you swimming? Are you getting a guy off you? Are you, like, almost like reverse boxing out where you're sealing to get good position? And are the guards crashing in? That's, like, where we get a bunch of our O rebounds, like J.D. Harrison, fly in, long shot, long rebound, they get it. So, I think it's an effort thing, and it's also kind of just like a savvy getting those O boards. Yeah.
All right, those of you on Zoom, if you have a question, please raise your hand. Steve?
Excuse me, for both of you guys, what attitudes would you use to survive the offensive flow, particularly in the first half?
No, I think, honestly, it was just a little bit stagnant in the first half. We talked a lot about pace during halftime and just getting the ball moving, getting downhill off screens. But I think Coach gave us a good plan at halftime, and we got it going from there. So I guess you could say stagnant.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I'd say we have a lot of guys talented on the offensive end, and it's just really about being able to get shots for us, get good quality shots. And that'll be really, really hard for teams to deal with. And some of the shots in the first half weren't falling, but we had trouble getting to the paint, finding our shooters, finding low post dump offs. But that's what we started to do more of the second half, and we started to just run our offense with a little bit more pace. It was harder to defend.
How much of the game plan changed for you guys when Kelly was not able to play for Cal?
Not that much. We do a bunch of personnel stuff. So like, they started Lars instead of Andre. So like the personnel changes, but major big picture stuff, nothing really changed. We do the same thing. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
All right, last call. Anyone else?
Yeah, just you got a four-game homestand here now. 3 more games to go, but just talk about kind of how nice it is to be here at home for 4 straight games, and then also just kind of to kick it off with the win.
I mean, yeah, it feels great. Cal's our arch rival. Past 2 years I've been here, they beat us in the Pac-12 tournament, so it definitely feels good to get this win back. We've been on the road traveling, so being here back at home, it's really exciting. It was really awesome to see the fans out there today, and really excited to continue to put our best foot forward in each game for this homestand.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll be back with Coach in a couple minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cal be in here afterwards, or what you say? Will Cal be in here afterwards, or?
No, Cal's going to be outside their locker room.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We'll get you guys quotes and everything you need.
Cool. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Pretty sure that tells you Fox doesn't want to talk to anybody.
He's probably avoiding you.
Yeah, he's avoiding me. Yeah.
Kind of lift on level for some reason.
Because usually
Tony.
they follow.
Tony,
Yeah.
have a good night. Safe travels. Safe travels.
Carol, see me here Tuesday?
Especially when
Definitely.
I'll be here Tuesday.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
Safe who?
When Gottlieb was coaching,
Oh yeah.
they were always in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sean Smith was there.
Yeah.
That was
That's true.
first time. I'm here to talk to Fox. I'm just curious. I'm mad. I'm not happy with what I told you as a Chronicle.
So, when did San Jose make the coaching change?
It was this year, right?
This is his first year.
Yeah. They got Miles in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was down there the last game, they played in San Jose.
This is his first year there.
All right. Head coach Jerod Haase. Coach, if you'll open up with a statement.
Well, Cal is, they've been in so many of these games, and they're very, very well coached. They've had their own share of adversities, but I thought they competed really hard. But on the flip side, I thought we did as well. It was a very physical game. There were no easy baskets for either side. On the offensive end, we were able to make just enough plays to stretch the lead just a touch. But I thought defensively, I was really proud of our guys. They embraced the grind and kept their numbers down, but I thought they really bought into the fact that this was not going to be easy.
Can you talk about the impact it had only turning the ball over 7 times and being able to play defense in the half court?
Huge. It's the big picture. That's probably the number one thing that will propel us to greater heights, is be able to get shots and get good shots. I think we need to find a way to get better shots than we did tonight, but I credit Cal with a bunch of that. But if we don't turn the ball over at a high rate, everything's going to look a whole lot better.
Coach, Keith had 1 basket away from a double-double, so pounding the boards. Harrison had a slow start, but then got it going late in the second half. So when you see that dynamic with the young player doing that and the veteran player doing his role, what do you say about that?
Well, we have different guys every game. We come in here and talk about, so-and-so played well, so-and-so, improved throughout the game or from week to week. But James, plus 22 with his plus minus, obviously was a huge spark throughout the game. Harrison's a heck of a player, and we're seeing that. We're seeing him grow and develop right before our eyes. But we also have a bunch of guys on the team that are able and capable of stepping up their game. But those two in particular, like you mentioned, were certainly a key to us succeeding.
The guys kind of touched us a little bit, and they were just in here, but kind of the lower scoring kind of pace. Was that a lot of Cal kind of controlling the pace, and you guys ended up doing a better job of combating that, or what do you think kind of for just lower scoring kind of the fairy shots?
Yeah, I mean, Cal does a great job of getting shots late in the shot clock. They play a slow tempo. Neither team turned the ball over a ton, so there weren't a lot of transition opportunities. We didn't get a ton of long rebounds that turned into transition opportunities, and so it turned out to be just a half-court, physical, tough, hard-nosed game.
So I asked the players about for the prestige purposes of the game being switched to a different date, strategically, how did that affect you by preparing for them earlier than it began to get switched to a different time?
You know, we pretty much have a routine for all of our games about how we prepare. With just a quick turnaround, we were off on Sunday, so one-day prep does make it more challenging. But we're in a stretch right now that is very unique. 8 games in 17 days, or if you want to say 6 games, I think it's in 12 days. I mean, it's rapid fire right now for our team. And so we're going to need to do a great job of getting their bodies as healthy as possible. But at the same time, make sure we know the game plan, you know, for each game coming up. But to play 6 games in this amount of time, or the 8 games in 17 days, is certainly a challenge. And this game, like you mentioned, on a different date, changes some dynamics, but at the end of the day, it's the same prep that we'll do for all teams.
A lot of the 50-50 balls down the stretch went your way. Is that, you know, more a testament of toughness or desire or conditioning or what?
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. I think, you know, I'd like to think it's those things you just said, that guys really had to want to go get it and pursue the basketball. Sometimes they do bounce your way, but I sure felt like our guys were engaged. They were pursuing hard. They were physical, and so again, I'll look at it. But I thought we had a quick first step to go get those balls.
Not having Andre Kelly, how did that change things for you guys? And just talk about his absence and how that helped you. I mean, just how did that affect things, do you think?
Yeah, he's a huge piece of what they do. He's a great player. The inside scoring and then the rebounding are you know, key components to what they do. And without him out there, it changes their offensive strategy. It does put us in some different scenarios as well defensively, but I thought our guys adjusted well to that. Different ball screen situations, different personnel situations and packages, but there's no question he's one of the top players, you know, in the league, and really efficient for them. And without him out there, it did change the dynamic of the game.
So, Coach, there was a play early in the game where you guys got a hard foul against Cal. Were you worried at all that they may try to call a flagrant?
Yeah, I didn't have the ability to look at the review. I mean, anytime they look, yeah, there's a concern. When it happened live, I thought he made a play on the ball, but obviously I was on the other side of the court.
You're at the halfway point now of conference play. How would you assess the first half, and what do you think the team needs to do better in the second half to get where you want to get?
Yeah, honestly, I'm really proud of the guys. This has been a grind, a tough schedule, from the road games to the quick turnarounds. But to be where we are at the halfway point, I think is fantastic. We've had some really, really good wins against some really good teams. Obviously, we've had our setbacks as well, but moving forward, we're going to have to address getting good shots, which is the idea of not turning the ball over less, and then also making plays for others. So we're getting high quality shots on the offensive end. We need to continue to rely on rebounding on both ends of the floor and trying to be a physical team inside like that. And then defensively, we need stability with our energy and our toughness and knowing personnel, and use our length as much as we possibly can.
Kind of a two-part question I know it takes. Number one, just any update on his return timetable, and then also B, just how nice will it be to get him back when that eventually does happen, get his shooting back?
Yeah, we don't have a timetable at this point still. So yeah, I don't have anything more on that, unfortunately. But yeah, with Noah, he adds a real spark to the team, has the ability to shoot the basketball at such a high rate, and we're anxious to get him back, and do think that could add a depth and quality depth at that.
All right, on the Zoom, if you have a question, please raise your hand.
I answered them all, huh?
I'm good.
Steve, you good? All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
See you on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Appreciate it, guys.
I will get quotes from Garrett and send out to you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. See you Thursday.
Yep.
Yep.
See you guys. Thank you.
Yep.
You're already in the next
Awesome.
week or something like that?
Thanks, thanks.
Of course, thank you.
I do. Yeah. And when Sundays you